Hello again, it's Grand Sumo Highlights, day 12 of the Hatsubasho from the Kokugikan. What a topsy-turvy tournament we've had in terms of the leaderboard. A number of people that have been there, disappeared, come back. And this man is right in the mix. He's one of three at the very top, the Shin Ozeki Ao Nishiki. Can he go all the way and win back-to-back Yusho? Many people think so, but there's a long way between now and the final day. Let's have a look at that leaderboard. Ao Nishiki, Atami Fuji and Abi at the very top. One off the pace, Hoshoryu, Kirishima, Shishi, Asanoyama and Osho-umi. Disappointingly, Nishiki Fuji is out of the tournament. He's got a couple of disc problems in his back and also an elbow issue, so he's got 2 weeks recovery. The fans have turned up in number once again with their banners, their flags supporting their favorite rickshaw. They're all fed and watered. Let's get to the action. Mitakeumi and Tobizaru. Maegashira 14, Maegashira 13. Born in the same year. This man is 8 months younger than Tobizaru. Trying to avoid Makikoshi, the man on the left. Soft touchy-eye, they kind of walked into each other. Tobizaru, the left hand inside, trying to get the right, but he's briefly denied by Mitakeumi. Now a left hand deep, right hand shallow. Double inside grip. Tobizaru wins and avoids Makikoshi today. They are now both 5 and 7. And Tobizaru maintains the dominance over Mitakeumi. Wins by Yorikiri. Tomokaze and Chiyoshima meet for the third time. Both men 4 and 7. One of them's not going to be happy. So he wants left hand inside. And Tomokaze, a pushing attack and perhaps a slapping down. Well, face slap from Chiyoshima, walked straight forward into the face and into the chest of Tomokaze. And that happened in a blink. So it's a Makikoshi for Tomokaze, 4 and 8. Chiyoshima avoids it as he picks up his 5th win to be 5 and 7 after 12 days. Now we have Asakoryu and Toki Hayate. They're both 6 and 5. Interesting, yesterday Asakoryu didn't get his hand down at the touchy-eye. The left hand was left hanging in the air. And Toki Hayate got supporters in the house. No hand down yet for Asakoryu, and he doesn't get them both down, but he gets away anyway. Not picked up by anybody, and it's a win to Asakoryu, win number 7. One away from Kachikoshi for him. Toki Hayate now 6 and 6. It's an Oshidashi win for Asakoryu. Have a look at this replay. Watch his hands. Well, he doesn't get the left hand down and not picked up by the Gyoji or the Shimpan. And yesterday was so obvious. It was amazing. But despite that, they miss it occasionally, and they missed it today, but he's still good enough to get a good start and get to the throat and trouble Toki Hayate right to the edge. Now Koto Shoho and rookie Asahakiryu. 6 and 5, the man on the right. 5 and 6, the rookie. So it's a first time meeting. They've not met at any level. Straight to the Mawashi, right hand inside for both men. The favorite grips. Half stance by Koto Shoho. Normally that indicates a throwing technique, or try to set up for one anyway. He's denying a deep right hand for Asahakiryu. He's fending off, but Asahakiryu eventually does get the right a little deeper. A leg sweep attempt by Koto Shoho. Fans give it a bit of applause because they've come to a rest in the middle of the dohyo. Who makes the first move? Moving forward and now setting it up for a good throw. Shitatenage, koto shoho. Well, when we see them in that half stance, it often means that they want to throw the opponent, and that's how it played out. 5 and 7, Asa Hakudu. Koto shoho, one away from Kachikoshi. Another first-time meeting here as a rookie steps up. It's Roga on the right, 4 and 7, trying to avoid Makekoshi, and Hatsuyama, 1 and 10, looking for just his second victory in the tournament. Roga, I thought he'd do better than this number at Magashita 9. A right hand outside, double inside grip momentarily there for Hatsuyama. Now, he's not a Mawashi man, and let's see if that proves to be the case. It does. A Yorikiri win for Roga, avoids Makekoshi. 1 and 11 for the rookie. Midori Fuji and Shodai, they've met 16 times. Shodai's got an 11-5 edge. The last time they met, Midori Fuji won with a wonderful technique, Amiuchi. A fisherman's net throw. Blasting into the chest of Shodai is Midori Fuji. He's got a right hand deep, shallow with the left. Oh, wrenching the arm there is Shodai, and that's got to hurt. Kokutanage couldn't maintain that position. And Shodai was gentle at the edge. He let go pretty quickly when Midori Fuji was out. So Shodai is now even at 6 and 6. Midori Fuji 5 and 7. It's Kim Bozan and Yuden. One-way traffic here in the past. They're both 4 and 7. You know the drill. One of them will have Makekoshi. And Kim Bozan looking to beat Yuden for the first time. They've met 6 times before. Nuden's won them all. Good inside position with a right hand by Kim Bozan. Solid left hand outside grip for Nuden. Fighting at the edge, fighting back is Kim Bozan, but it doesn't last. And it's a Makekoshi for him. At the Magashita 15, he needs all the wins he can get. Nuden now is 5 and 7. He needs probably a couple more. Our first highlight bout of the day is Fujinokawa and Asanoyama. 7 and 4 Fujinokawa, 8 and 3 Asanoyama. We highlighted him yesterday, getting his first Kachikoshi in a long time. Well, a bit of a battle there who they're supporting. One supports Fujinokawa, the other Asanoyama. He's going to be hard to get a hold of. Constant movement usually. Fujinokawa charges into Asanoyama but loses his position. Now Asanoyama grabs the arm, stops the attack from Fujinokawa, really throttling that arm. He loses it, then gets a push attack going. Asanoyama, win number 9, stays in that second place on the leaderboard. And Fujinokawa denied his Kachikoshi today. Shake of the head, he's 7 and 5. Good footwork today by Asanoyama to chase down Fujinokawa. Fujinokawa slams in early, gets a good inside position, but that's broken straight away by Asanoyama. He moves forward and then grabs the arm, the right arm, denying anything from that side by Fujinokawa. He tries to escape, but it's locked up by Asanoyama, and then gets to the edge and pushed out. Very difficult opponent, Fujinokawa, and a first-time meeting for these two. Asanoyama showing his experience today in shutting down Fujinokawa to win by Oshidashi. Spins him here, and then the push. Well, unfortunately, Nishiki Fuji is out of the tournament, so Onokatsu will get a Fusensho, a freebie, and Onokatsu now is 6 and 6. 2 weeks recovery for Nishiki Fuji. We'll see him in the next tournament. Gonoyama and Tamawashi, both 4 and 7. They've met 5 times before. Tamawashi's won 3 of them. Gonoyama won the first 2 times they met. Should be a good tachi here, both hard hitting. Slamming into each other, thrusting attack. Gonoyama gets to the side and takes out Tamawashi. Oshidashi for Gonoyama. He avoids Makekoshi, unfortunately for the Maegashira 5 Tamawashi. It's a losing tournament. And a few in a row. Now it's Tsurunomi and Oshoumi. Oshoumi, one of our 3 last men. Tsurunomi going for Kachikoshi. First time meeting between the two. Both like left hand in. Left hand in briefly for Tsurunomi, but he's wrapped up and grabbed and steps out as he's taken back. Oshoumi picks up his 9th win. No Kachikoshi for Tsurunomi today. Briefly got that inside grip, Tsurunomi, but it was broken straight away by Oshoumi. There it is there, but it's gone. So he goes in and under the arm, and a double outside grip. Eventually gets to the chin of Tsurunomi as well to force him back, and basically took a giant step back and then out. Oshoma and Daisho. They've met twice before, a win each. Oshoma's 6 and 5, and this man trying to avoid Makekoshi. He thought he'd bounce back this time, but the Maegashira 4 is struggling. Soft tachi, stepping to the side and getting taken down is Oshoma by a thrust down, Tsukiyotoshi. So he avoids a losing tournament. So many men escaping Makekoshi today. Hakano Fuji and Ura. They've only met 3 times. Hakano Fuji's won a couple. Ura won the last time they met. In low is Ura. Trying to raise him up is Hakano Fuji. Left hand deep, both man. Almost a leg trip attempt, and he goes Kataskashi under shoulder swing down and kind of staggers backwards after getting the win. Ura, the very popular Ura. Well, that lady is obviously a big fan. And Hakano Fuji is now 5 and 7, and he's had a couple of big wins in this tournament. Popular win. Taken back is Ura, but he maintains some solid possession with the left hand inside. Hakano Fuji wants the left, but he can't do anything with it. And it's a nice move here by Ura. Retreats, and then here's the under-shoulder swing down victory. Well executed by a man who's exciting to watch every day he gets up on the dojo, win or lose. Takanosho and Ichi Yamamoto. Takanosho coming off that big win against the Ozeki yesterday. He's got a strong edge in their rivalry here. 5-1 favoring the man on the right. Pushing attack by Takanosho, fending off with one hand and one hand only. He uses the right, continues with the right. And wins by Oshidashi to pick up his 3rd win. Double digits in losses for Ichi Yamamoto. Not many wins, but he'll be happy with that one. Yoshino Fuji and Wakataga Kage meeting for the 2nd time. Maegashira 1, Maegashira 2, 6 and 5 Yoshino Fuji. Wakataga Kage is 5 and 6. He would have been hoping for a better result at this stage. Inside position with the left hand briefly by Yoshino Fuji. Left hand outside grip. Right hand in will favour Wakataga Kage as he moves forward. Stalemate in the middle of the dohyo. Once again, Wakataga Kage's on the attack. Almost taken down. A Kubi-Neti try there by Yoshino Fuji, but it didn't come off, and Wakataga Kage wins by Yorikiri. Well, they tried everything, both of them. Twists, attempted throws, smackdowns, and eventually it's a bread and butter Yorikiri win for Wakataga Kage. They're both 6-6. Wakataga Kage got the right hand inside eventually. And from this point on, he can control. He's got a shallow left, but that's blocked by Yoshino Fuji. Tried to slap down there. Now he's clapping on the arm of Wakataga Kage. He tries a throw coming up here, and then gets into an awkward position, almost trying a Kubi-Neti there, going the other way. That doesn't work. Wakataga Kage speed across the dohyo and wins. Wow, Shishi in rarefied air, fighting a Komusubi at Maegashira 14. 8-3, taking on Oho, who's 4-7. The nerves must be fairly intense, I would think, for Shishi. Both pusher thrusters, and Shishi's more of a slapper. There he slaps the face of Oho, gets him off balance. Oho comes back with his pushing attack into the face, but Shishi stays on his feet and eventually takes Oho down. Oh, big win. Shishi, 9-3, and he stays in the Yusho race, and unfortunately for the Komusubi, he won't be in Sanyaku. He drops to 4-8. In the scheme of things, with so many men in the Yusho race, that's a huge win for the Maegashira 14. Constant battering by both of them, and slapping and hitting, and eventually Shishi wins by a slapdown. Wakamoto Haru and Hiroto Umi. The Komusubi and the Maegashira 6. 5-6, the Komusubi. And Hirorumi going for Kachikoshi today, 7-4. What's the inside grip? Hirorumi is keeping Wakamoto Haru back. Left hand double inside grip, and Hirorumi tries a pivot at the edge, Wakamoto Haru. But I think he might have stepped out. It's very close. Uchari attempt again. He won with that technique earlier in the basho, did Wakamoto Haru. And he tries it again here. I think the Gumbai went the way of Hiroto-Umi. So no Mono-E. He takes, hello? No? He's got to give it back. They're going to have a Mono-E now. Wow, late decision there. Let's see the footwork. The left foot, it looks to go out there. Hard from that angle, get a better idea. It's definitely touching the sand. The Gyoji pointed to Hirorumi, but a Mono-E was called over a possible Uchari by Wakamoto Haru. After review, it's determined that Wakamoto Haru stepped out first. The winner is Hirorumi. A late call there, but, well, he touched the money once. He gets the Kensho officially this time. And he wins by Yorikiri. Abi and Kotozakura. Abi, one of our co-leaders going into the day at 9-2, takes on Ozeki Kotozakura, who's going for Kachikoshi. History does favour Kotozakura 13-6. And he's won the last 3. Almost a year since Abi beat Kotozakura. Well, straight into a Mawashi battle. This is not what Abi wants, and he's lifted up and lifted out. Tsuridashi. A frontal lift-out win for the Ozeki to pick up Kachikoshi. And Abi falls back to the 3-loss group. And there's quite a few of them. Unusual touchy-eye by Abi. No attempt to go for a pushing attack or thrusting. He just leaps straight into the arms of Kotazakura. And 9 times out of 10, he wouldn't win on the Mawashi against Kotazakura. Or maybe it was the speed of Kotazakura as well across the clay that got him into a better position. And the Ozeki gets Kachikoshi, day 12. The second of our bouts of the day. 2 men on top of the leaderboard going into the day. The other man that was with them has lost. Aonishiki and Atami Fuji, 2 previous meetings. Aonishiki won them both. But they weren't easy wins. And he's changed his Mawashi color from blue to black. Apparently he wants to freshen his mind. Well, interesting. He's co-leader and changes the color of his Mawashi. Slammed back initially is Aonishiki by Atami Fuji. Goes deep with the left hand. He loses that grip, Aonishiki. Starts thrusting into the chest of Atami Fuji, who tries a slap down. Tries an armbar throw. Gets taken to the edge. Tries another throw from the right. Gets taken upright and out. And Aonishiki wins. Aonishiki is now the sole leader with a 10-2 record. Atami Fuji drops back into the group with 9-3. Could he go back to back? He's still got 3 days of sumo to go. And there are a handful of men chasing him. And we've still got a bout coming up with 2 men with 8-3 records, so one of them will go to 9-3. So the group chasing Aonishiki could be larger, or it will be. And that was a real struggle. But once again, this solid core that Aonishiki has. Very hard to knock off his feet. Stands his ground so well. And just waits for the moment to get inside deep and win. Yorikiri. Now Kirishima and Hoshoryu, both 8-3. Pretty even rivalry. They've met 23 times. Hoshoryu's won 13 of them. Kirishima was beaten yesterday basically by a one-armed Yokozuna, Onosato. Left hand deep, right hand in. Kirishima's got the Morizashi double inside. The Yokozuna tries a hand change to inside, but out he goes. Kirishima bounces back for a victory. 9-3. And Hoshoryu drops to 8-4. Murmuring in the crowd. And the step is not pure for the Yokozuna. That left knee troubled before the tournament, but he still managed to get this far. 12 days of sumo. And Kirishima picks up a big win. You wonder what the mindset's going to be for Hoshoryu with days left. He's dropped back to 8-4. I mean, he's 2 wins off the pace with 3 days to go, so anything's possible. But such a huge group of men with 3 losses chasing our sole leader, Aonishiki. It's going to be interesting to see what decisions are made. Yorikiri. Now the final bout here on day 12. Onosato and Takayasu. They're both 7-4. So obviously not using the left hand at all. It's all right arm. He's occasionally using the left as a guide, but he's not gripping with it. Right right hand in briefly. The left hand is not grabbing, it's just using as an otsuke. See, there's no grip there by Onosato. He's taken to the edge, almost taken out. Now a spin around, but out steps Takayasu in his attempt to throw. He gets the pressure from Onosato. And Onosato in his career picks up another Kachikoshi. He's never had a losing tournament since he entered sumo. Takayasu, 7-5. I don't know if that's the reason he stayed in. I don't think it's the only one. And obviously he can't use that left arm very well. He doesn't grab with the arm. He's just fending with it. And he's basically fighting Takayasu with his right arm, which obviously is a strength, but he's got an outside grip. This is not Onosato's favorite position. He spins one way, Takayasu loses his balance. He now tries to throw, but steps out. Onosato wins. And numerically, he's still in the Yusho race with an 8-4 record. What a crazy way to end the day. Onosato victorious. Well, there it is, the leaderboard. Aonishiki on top on his own. Then 6 men with 3 losses, and then there's a bunch at 4. We've got a very exciting tournament coming up in the remaining 3 days. Well, it has been already. Don't miss tomorrow's action as we bring you more Grand Sumo highlights. Bye for now.